Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. Your energy is intense. I have to say, I've kind of been avoiding doing your reading. I've been postponing it because the energies that are at play are, it's kind of difficult to explain because they are grand, they're evolutionary, but at the same time, it's like they're granular. It's like the foundation at the same time as they are the big picture, if that makes sense. And so it's kind of difficult to get this bird's eye perspective on these energies because it's like they are everywhere in a sense, in many different ways. But I realize I won't be able to explain this actually using my words, so let's just get into the flow of the reading and see what comes through here. You did get the wolf, so I feel like this is one person or one energy, one timeline potentially. And then you also got the dragon together with the owl. And so I feel like this is another person or another energy within yourself or another timeline. So let's speak about the wolf first. There aren't that many wolves around these days. It's like most people are very comfortable within their dog energy. I don't know if you've studied the tarot, but especially if you look at the moon card in the Rider-Waite, you see that there is this opposition going on. There is a wolf facing a dog, and then there is this kind of crayfish about to walk in between them. And so what this really refers to is a part of our collective consciousness. It's like we have this dog nature and we have this wolf nature. And the dog nature, it's all about how we've been trained by society, right? It's like how good we are at getting pets and pleasing others and like doing the right thing and just like playing with the dogs, playing with all of the little puppies, and this type of energy is quite common today. This is the energy that really builds societies and keeps it together. It makes it harmonious. Everyone is just doing what they're supposed to do, right? But then we have the wolf energy. And the wolf energy is that energy of refusing to walk in line, stepping outside of the known territory, being wild and potentially even dangerous. So this is a much more like chaos-oriented energy, but it's also an energy of finding your own path, of really listening deeply to your own inner nature and letting that guide you. And so I feel for this type of energy or this person, this is someone that is on that type of path. They are done being a dog on a leash and they are starting to walk into the forest and starting to kind of learn how to orient within their own subconscious, in their own way, guided by their own inner nature. So this is a powerful energy, but it's still an energy of kind of like, how can I say this? This is an energy, this is a time in our lives when we really connect deeply with our inner animal and with nature. It's like we're connecting with this animalistic kind of heathen energy that exists within all humans. And so this is a low vibrational energy. This is not an energy of the ascended human. It's like a base, it's like deep, it's potentially dangerous. If we're not mature enough to walk this path, then it has the potential to ruin our lives forever, So this energy right there is not a joke. Like the wolf is not a joke. To be successful on this path, you have to be mature. So kind of interesting energy coming out, and then boom, the other energy is even more intense in many ways because this is a dragon together with the owl. And so I feel like this is kind of like the first step, you know, someone separating from society, starting to walk their own way, starting to build their own mind, you know, looking for freedom. And then this person or this energy, they've already gone through that wolf period in their life. And now they're moving into the dragon combined with the owl. And so what I feel with this is that the dragon definitely talks about the root chakra. You know, it is also a base, but it's, you know, an even deeper base than the wolf. It's like even more low vibrational. It's connecting to very, very ancient energies. And so it is very much about power, about protection, about wealth, you know, about the ability to kind of like have your own kingdom, you know, to own your own body and your own energy and be safe. And with the owl, I feel like this is a lot about the throat chakra, you know, the ability to actually observe this deep level of consciousness within your own subconscious. So this is a person, if this is a person, then this is a person that have done a lot of work in regards to awakening their inner feminine, you know, in regards to tapping into their lunar power so that they start to see the inner world more clearly and understand how to navigate it and how to initiate themselves into new, you know, timelines and developments and so forth. So let's see what's coming out here. I don't know if this is talking about the dynamic between these two energies or if it's more like, I'm feeling that it might be more like just laying out these two different pathways that is happening within the collective right now. I'm hearing to help us become more aware. And I'm also hearing because they come with a lot of responsibility. Again, it's that I feel like if you're not mature when you step into the wolf energy, you're gonna break down your society, basically. You know, it's like you're gonna turn against your own society. You're gonna turn against the dogs and make them your enemies. But if you are mature when you step into the wolf energy, it's almost like you're gonna be a werewolf in the reverse. You're gonna turn your inner animal into an ascended human, you know, into someone that has a lot of knowledge about this wild and dangerous, chaotic energy of nature and knows how to, you know, channel it deliberately for the highest good of all, in a way, you know. So it's kind of like being an alchemist, you know, using this energy and turning it into something conscious. That's like the path of the alchemist. And if you turn it into something destructive, it's like it's the path of the animal, you know. It's the path of just like letting the animal drives externalize. And so there's very different destinies, you know, there's very different karmic retributions that I feel like humans can attract when they step into this energy. It's like, are you going to receive the destiny of an animal or are you going to receive the destiny of an alchemist? That's what I feel. And I feel like the difference between the two is just awareness, honestly. It's like self-awareness, questioning the self. Yeah, and when I was talking about all of this, it's like the moon was underneath the deck. So it's that knowing what's happening within your own subconscious, knowing that your feelings are not just feelings, your thoughts are not just thoughts, these are timelines. These are potentially karmic energies, you know. And so I feel here with the owl and the dragon, again, this is a person that has understood that, you know, they've spent a lot of time just questioning the origins of their feelings, the origins of their thoughts, seeing exactly what time period they stems from, you know, understanding what destiny following those feelings or those thoughts will bring in from that for them, and then starting to kind of use that in a more conscious way, like picking and choosing which thoughts and which feelings to invest into, is what I'm feeling for this person. So let's see here. Anything else for Capricorn? Yeah, so I realized this reading is not for everyone, is what I was getting. Yeah, with the Ten of Swords there, it's not for those that need external guidance. Like, this is not for the people that are looking for some kind of external master to tell them exactly what to do. This is not for people that only knows how to cook with recipes, if you know what I mean, to say it in a metaphorical way. At this time, this path is for the people, and underneath the deck was the Father of Cups. At this time, this path is for the people that have a connection to their own subconscious. You know, it's for people that can go down into their own subconscious and see that world, and I'm hearing, without getting too scared, and understand that world to a greater extent, or being at least willing to understand that world. Because it's almost like when you step onto this path, when we jump out of our dog self and into our wolf self, it's like no one can guide you really anymore. Like, because no one is present within your body unless, you know, you allow someone to kind of come in. You know, back in the days, that's why, like, all of these, let's say, witches or old wise women, they would always ask, like, for some kind of liquid. Give me some spit, let me put my finger inside of you, give me some of your blood. You know, it's like, in order to really tell someone's future, you kind of have to penetrate their body and their field in some kind of way. And so that's where things can get a little bit twisted, you know, talking about personal boundaries and all of that. So this is for people that just don't like that. You know, they don't want anyone else like present in their body so that they can like heal them or tell them what to do or like guide them. It's like, no, thank you, I can do that by myself. So I feel like definitely tapping into people that have quite a lot of ownership over their own bodies already. And it's like these people are starting to feel more secure, I feel, in expressing that as well. Like some of you, I feel like you might have been too frightened in the past to really step into this energy of like, I feel like for a lot of you, you might have been wearing this mask, pretending that you're like a wolf, no, a dog. It's like, no, I'm not a wolf, I am a dog. But then really inside of yourself, you've always been a wolf, is what I'm feeling for some of you. You've always actually been very independent and very in tune with your own nature. Interesting. Okay, so underneath the deck was the Son of Wands. And then the cards that came out were the Five of Cups with the Eight of Wands. Yeah. Actually, I do feel like for some of you, what may have initiated stepping into this wolf path was the feeling of being pushed out or being not good enough in society. Because like I said, if you have a strong inner wolf nature, you're gonna follow your instincts above external guidance. So it's like your teacher might be telling you, you have to do it like this first, then you do this, and then you do this. But your instincts might be telling you, like, don't waste your time on doing like this, this, and this. Just, there's a way to go straight to that. And so that's what I'm feeling for some of you. It's that, it's like, you know, it's like you're just not that good at walking in line. That's the thing. You don't like to be dictated. You don't like other people to dictate what you're supposed to do. You don't like other people to tell you things, because you look at them and you see like you're an empty shell. Like all you are things that other people have taught you. All you speak about are things that you've heard from other people. And so it's like, when someone has a lot of this inner wolf energy, it can be very hard to trust. It would be stupid, right, to trust people like that, because you see their core. You know, you see how empty they are. It's like a void inside of they're not present within their own bodies, really. It's like they're just spinning in these circles in their mind. And so I feel for some of you, it's like, the reason why you decided finally to just like, I'm gonna step into this, is because it's like you've had enough of that old way of doing things, and you've had enough of kind of like bowing down to these empty teachings, you know, these people that just tell you to follow these recipes, you know, that they have read themselves in a book. And I'm not saying that this is not valuable. It's very valuable, super valuable, especially if you don't have this inner wolf spirit, you know, if you don't have this ability to communicate directly with nature, or to just know which way to go. If your instincts aren't strong, then yeah, we need books. But for some of us, it's like the instincts are very strong. And so it's almost like at this time when so many things are changing, following your instincts might just take you to your goal, take you to your highest timeline much, much quicker. But there's also a caution with this, because like I said, there can be a lot of aggression here, and feelings of rejection, and feelings of like, I'm not good enough. But there's a reason, remember, why you're being pushed out. If this is the case, where you're feeling rejected or being pushed out, it's actually your true power calling you. You know, things are orchestrating around you. And for some of you, it's just like you're meant to become more independent now, is what I'm feeling. And I think like for some of you, you've already gone through that, like I said, and you're starting to see other people in your life go through that as well. Like you maybe reaching this state right here, the dragon and the owl now. And you're really building your power, is what I'm feeling. And with that, it's like you can no longer fake it. It's like, you see, like, so you might feel like you need to reject some of these dog people that are now starting to see you as a teacher in a way, because in this state you have a lot of access to a lot of information also for other people, especially if they're not protecting themselves, you know what I mean? Because then it's kind of easy to get into their field and be present in their body if they are not really taking ownership of their own body. You know, if they are empty shells, then it's wide open. You just have to look at them and the information starts streaming in, you know what I mean? So it's like, for some of you, you might also be kind of the agent in a way that pushes people into their wolf path by rejecting them. And you feel their sadness, you understand why they're sad, but at the same time, it's like you've become the lightning now, you become the activator, you know, with the owl, which I associate a lot with the sword. It's like you are that energy that draws in the lightning, you know, and it's like you're starting to have that ability of like, in a sense, directing lightning onto people as well, to initiate them. And so you might be doing that, but they are not likely at this time to really understand it. And so they might be feeling emotionally upset and things like that. So yeah, there's a few different timelines there. But with this Sun of Wands, it's definitely about ascending. Both of these timelines, both of these energies are definitely building their own light. And again, this is not for everyone. A lot of people don't have the stamina to walk into this path, because to be able to connect to that deep part of our nature, we have to be able to be bored. You know what I mean? That's kind of the gateway into starting to really see inside of our own subconscious. We have to sit still and let ourselves be bored and not stimulated, and that's kind of how that world starts to open. And so for a lot of people, it's just these energies are still too big for their consciousness. You know, their attention spans are just too short to be able to enter onto such a path. And that's okay, you know. We're all evolving in different ways. But definitely, if you're in the wolf state, you're just like, you're not impressed by these people. Like, you're not impressed by them. But again, just be careful about expressing that type of anger or judgment, just because it might hold you back. That's what I'm feeling. You may not want to manifest from that state of just like these fools, you know. Accept it, you know, it's a valid feeling, and in a way it is also true. Like, you could eat these people for breakfast when you enter the wolf state. You could easily take advantage of them. But that's also where, you know, these two paths of like the ascended alchemist versus the animal starts to diverge. You know, the choices you make in regards to these feelings of, you know, judgment and looking down upon people, these choices are really what puts you either in the alchemist or in the state of the animal. So again, it's just all about being conscious, and it's actually all about just like actually making a choice, not just letting these automatic responses spin and spin and then be pulled into them. You know, it's always about being aware, I feel, of your own internal world. Like, realize what's there, realize what's present, be present in your own body, so that you can build this owl that has the power. You know, this is a part of our brain, I feel, that we're building, evolving through this path, and it gives us power. It gives us the power of choice, choosing the timelines, choosing the destiny that you're gonna live. Underneath the deck now was the Eight of Pentacles. So like spinning your own matrix, really. Okay, so one card falling onto the wolf here. Let's see what it was. Oh yeah, the Empress. I like it. Underneath the deck was also the, oh yeah, the Nine of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. And then the Son of Swords. So again, those feelings that come from being rejected, in a way, from society. First of all, you feel like you're being pushed out, kind of. It's a feeling of being poor, like it's a feeling of poverty or poverty. I can never say that word correctly. And so that's typical for people when they start to step into this wolf phase. It's like you might be facing a lot of issues regards to money. And again, this might make you anxious. It might make you feel rejected, and it might make you angry. You know, like you want to push back and clap back and you know, force people to see your value. And so what I'm feeling here is that doing that is gonna put you more into the animal timeline. You know, you're not really alchemizing those feelings. If we're just using them to push back and to clap back, then we're just being driven by them. We're not doing anything with them. We're not changing them in any way. And so what I feel for some of you here on this wolf path is the importance of working with your inner feminine, like making your life as abundant as you can, your everyday life, you know. And this has a lot to do with just the way that you speak to yourself, you know. So again, noticing those narratives that comes with like, people are rejecting you, blah 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 blah, blah, all of those, and just like, but they don't see the true you, all of that. You see that whole train of thought that goes from being rejected, then feeling sad about it, then getting angry about it, then wanting to like show them, you know. Noticing that train of thought, and instead of maybe investing so much of your energy into that, it's like start to tune in to your higher guidance and ask to be shown, where is the abundance that I have right now? Because it's something about, if you instead choose to invest your energy into that, into the specific parts within your life that holds a lot of potential for you, a lot of future potential, then that is what you're growing. Instead of growing this inner animal that gets angry and aggressive, you are growing your future potential. So I feel this is where mastery really comes in, you know, choosing to accept the feeling of being ostracized and demonized and people not understanding, and then just working silently and diligently behind the scenes, doing the things, you know, investing into the things that you know one day will grow into be this beautiful, stable tree that will bear fruit, is what I'm hearing. And so I really love that. It does take mastery, this path. Okay, I was gonna finish the reading now, but I'm hearing one more card. So let's do one more. One more card. And I was hearing for the wolf. So 2 of Swords underneath the deck. The Mother of Cups. This has been coming through as a guide in almost all the readings, like a past life guide, a wise woman that is connected to your land, like to the history of your land. So maybe like like a wise woman. Let's just keep it at that. Also, what I think may happen in the wolf state is that you're being held back, because actually, you know, stepping into the wolf state, like I talked about, it's like separating the people that have broken backs from the people that have straight backs, you know. It's separating the people that will fall to these animals from the people that are going to be able to overcome them and grow because of them. And so this is a period of intense initiation and testing. You see here with this eclipsed sun here, it's like you really have to be able to build your own path to get past this stage of being this wolf, this predator, or this animal. To turn this into an ascended human, you really have to be that ascended human. You know what I mean? And so actually what I've been getting a lot is that it's important to go back in time to be able to gather this type of knowledge that can help you to be successful on this path. And I feel like both the Empress and the Mother of Cups is talking about those ancient guides, like tuning into past life guides that may present themselves to you, being open to having more deep communication with these guides. But again, also being very, very don't be gullible, you know, don't be gullible on this path. Don't just eat whatever you're fed. That's not a dog. No, that's not a wolf, you know. As a wolf, you don't just eat what you're fed. That's the dog. That's the dogs, they do that. As a wolf, you sniff it out. Like, is this information that you're being fed right now by this guide, you know, internal, external, where is it stemming from? If you don't know, then maybe don't eat it, you know, then maybe say, yeah, thank you, leave it there, you know, I'm gonna put it in the fridge and then I'm gonna see how this develops, you know. And I'm speaking in metaphors, but on this path is, in my experience, it's extremely, extremely important to not be gullible, because there are a lot of trickster energies out there. There are also a lot of people and a lot of energies that actually don't see themselves, you know, that they are, like I said, they're just in their minds, spinning in their narratives, but they're not at all present within their subconscious. They don't know what's going on in there. And so to trust these people would be silly, you know, it would be silly. And so that's what I'm gonna say. Like, it's a difficult path. It's a path that will really build your mastery, and you're gonna be held back. You're gonna be tested. It's like you're gonna be pushed to your knees and humiliated over and over and over. And how you respond to that, it is really what creates your future. So that's where I'm gonna end it, actually, because it's like the next step is becoming this dragon, you know, and this owl. The ability to understand and see, and then use it, not just for your own benefit, you know, not just for the ego's benefit, but the benefit of nature, earth as a whole, you know, all of the little lives within on the earth, also all of the little lives, you know, all of the little cells within your own body. I feel like this path is for the highest good of all. You know, it's the ability to actually listen to all of that energy and to guide it into a path that will be abundant. So, wow, what a reading for you, Capricorn. This may just be for a few of you, like I said, but just takes what resonated and leave the rest. So yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye for now.